Hey guys, today I'm going to be showing you how to save money every other time you have to buy new handlebar grips, and hopefully save you upwards of £20 each time. So let's get to it. Okay, so I'll be changing my grips today guys, because as you can see basically it's almost worn through, which is no good. So my options are really to purchase a new set of grips, which will be a waste of money if I'm honest with you, because on the other side of the grip it's absolutely 0% worn. So what I'll be doing today is flipping my grips over so that I've got another, well, long time before I need to buy a new set of grips. So I'll be showing you how to do that today. What I'll be doing first of all is just marking on the grip where the top is, and on the grip lock ring, and a little bit of permanent marker pen on my bars, just so I know exactly where they line up, so I can turn it 180 degrees through, so we get the maximum benefit from swapping the grips over. Okay, so I have got carbon bars, so I have to be very careful how tight I tighten up the lugs on here. Renthal actually recommend 5 Newton meters for these bars. I have got a torque wrench, however it doesn't go down, the attachment doesn't go down small enough for what I need, so I'm making use of this wrench here. Really, if you just use common sense, you can't over tighten on carbon bars. I mean, obviously you can, but if you can gauge how much you're having to loosen it, you can sort of get a pretty good idea of how much you can tighten it back up afterwards. So I'm going to gently undo this, and I'll fast forward through this bit because it's a bit dull. Okay, they're loosened off now, so I'm just going to remove the grip, and you'll notice that this is all one piece. I do know for a fact that you can't get into this basically here. In an ideal world, what I would do is lift this with a flat bladed screwdriver, squirt a load of WD-40 or GT85, that kind of lube in a can in there, which will allow me momentarily to be able to turn this round and twist it through 180 degrees, so I can use this part, which you can see is basically brand new. Bearing in mind, they've been on this bike now for 3 years, so I doubt I'll get another 3 years use out of them, but anything is better than nothing. So anyway, you can't twist it around on this one because it's all one piece, and it's very tight. It must be glued onto there. Anyway, with other brands you may be able to do that. So you can see the mark I've made on here, which just shows me where it corresponds onto my bar. Now I'm actually going to go through 180 degrees and make a mark exactly on the opposite side. Okay, so you can see, just making a line here, and it is directly pretty much 180 degrees to where it was previously. So now what I'll do is I'll pop that back onto the bike, and we'll see if it's any better than it was previously. So I'm now just making sure it lines up, so the worn part is right underneath the bar where this previously unworn section was, so it shouldn't affect us in any way whatsoever. Okay, I'll just now go ahead and tighten up the grips exactly as best I can to the same tightness that I undid them, without tightening them up. I can test it. If it's not tight enough, it will slip a little bit, and I'll tighten it up a little bit more, but that should be okay for that. Give that a little tighten there. It doesn't really need to be that tight. That's still a little bit loose, so I'll tighten it up a little bit more because it's obviously not tight enough. Not too much. Try again. Okay, I think that's okay. Just a little tiny bit more for luck. Okay. Now, as you can see, I've pretty much got a brand new handlebar grip, or at least the usable part of a handlebar grip, which will keep these grips going for a certain time longer, which has definitely saved me £20 today, because a new set of these grips is about 20 quid. Okay, so now I've carried out the procedure on the opposite grip as well. We're all good to go. Tune in for more